Patrick Bet David makes this liberal man, and I say man in quotation marks, of course, because we all know a true man would never be a liberal, obviously. But yes, this liberal, he debates this man, this liberal man, David Pakman. Yeah, never heard of him before. And he just, makes him look very stupid. And I wanted to share this with you guys because we love making stupid people look stupid, right? By the way, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. I post 2 new videos every single day, so you don't want to miss them. Thank you so much for 10K subs, and we'll get right into it.
It's not about right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's a question of whether any of us think that the policy motivations for any of those groups align with ours.
Somebody may say there's a lot of people that showed up for Obama just because he was black.
Sure, they can say that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
But
Is
what do
that
you mean?
true?
You don't think it's true?
Of course, in a country of 330 million people, there are going to be some.
No, but you said you don't know if it's true. It's like, what do you mean you don't know if it's true? I don't know how many. You don't have any data? You want to get data to say people showed up that they just because they're black?
There's exit polling on most of these issues. We might be able to find it right now.
No, it's
I think it's fair to say people voted for him because he was a cool black
I cannot even tell you how many people. I knew Republicans who were voting for Obama in the insurance industry just because, like, listen, man, first time this guy talks like MLK. He sounds reasonable. I'm going to vote for the guy. There's a lot of people that came out with him. So somebody may say, well, the reason why Obama got elected because he's got the 3 difficult things when he talks to the Democrat, but the 4th thing is he was black.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, anyone trying to dismantle that argument is crazy. Lying to themselves, lying to you, and or crazy. I mean, come on. First black president, that was Obama. Of course, that was his main selling point. And of course, in 2008, his entire campaign was ran on unity and bringing the country together. And what did he do? Nope. He realized that race was a great way to manipulate the American voter class, tell them that race divides us, all these different things, and realistically make people think that if they don't vote for him, he's racist, and just create all these different racial divides. So don't blame Donald Trump for that. Don't blame the orange man. Blame Obama. The smart people do anyways.
Now, you're going to say what?
I would say, yeah, I'm sure that there's a portion of people who vote based on that.
So you're saying the DNA of a Trump MAGA voter who looks past policies. So you're saying on the 3 policies he didn't check off, the 3 policies here, the 3 points. You're saying that.
I'm saying he didn't build the wall, or I'm not.
No, so let me take a step back with you.
Please.
So I'm asking you a question, and I said, so tell me if you're saying he's going to get reelected without COVID. You're saying he would have gotten reelected.
I think he would have.
Perfect. And then you said your words. You said something in the context of because I think the MAGA voter is not about policies. That's what you said.
A lot of that 4th group, yes, is not about overarching accomplishments. Or I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about, and maybe it'll help to distill it. I got a call at some point during the 1st term of Trump from a guy who said, I'm voting for this guy. This guy is just the best. And I said, oh, okay. What do you care about? How are you evaluating his performance to decide if you're going to vote for him in 2020? I'm curious. How do you decide? He said, well, I care about the wall. So he's got to build that wall. And I said, perfect. If he doesn't build the wall, are you still going to vote for him? And he says, well, yeah, I'm not going to vote for a Democrat. So I said, oh, so it doesn't actually matter if he builds the wall.
The same with you as well, though.
Oh, okay, that's pretty much how every election works. Even if, most Republicans, even if they don't love the candidate that the Republican Party chooses, they will still vote for the Republican because it's still better than the alternative, right? That's not crazy. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Democrats didn't love Joe Biden. Who loves Joe Biden? Literally no one. Literally not even his own wife. Okay, no one loves him. But they still voted for him because they hated Trump so much. So it's like the lesser of 2 evils. Why? One of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to politics is people who just, I don't know, it's hard to articulate, but they will not admit the truth, right? It's like, for example, a lot of people years ago criticized Bill Maher when he said, oh, Trump's doing bad, the economy, whatever, it's not doing well under Trump after COVID, this is good for Democrats. And a lot of Republicans had this outrage, oh my gosh, I can't believe Bill Maher would say this. I can't believe he is cheering on the demise of the American people in in favor of his own political agenda. But let's be real. Whenever there's a terrible thing happening under a Democratic president, it is content and policy gold for Republicans. These are objective truths. And I just can't stand when people try to act like that's not how they feel, as if the country does bad under your opposing party, that you don't see it as a win because then you can make your argument stronger. You know what I mean? Like, stop the cap. Stop the cap.
There's no way you're voting for a Republican either. Would you vote for a Republican?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, and what a lying little beta male. He is a liar.
Have you ever voted for a Republican president?
No, I mean, I've only voted in a few elections.
Yeah,
no, but hold on a second.
But you're 40 years old. You're 1984, so
I'm 38. Please.
84, 38 years old. 38 is still. You've had plenty of elections.
Let's back up for a second. There's two questions. Would I and have I? I've only voted in a few presidential elections.
You've had plenty of chances.
Well, but who would I have voted for? I was going to vote for George W. Bush in 2004. No.
But it doesn't matter. The point is, when you're calling that guy out, you're the same as that guy.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so tell me a Republican you'd vote for.
I think you're missing the picture.
What is it, though?
The point is, he made a claim that he was going to make a vote depending on policy. And when I then said, so if the policy fails, you'll vote for someone else? And he said, no, actually, the policy doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. I'm not making that claim.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a completely different thing.
I mean, the same can be said. To take one example of a story of a person who sounds like an idiot, to say that and then categorize everybody in Trump is selective hearing. To say
that's not what I'm doing.
That's selective for you. Well, you are kind of doing that.
Yes,
You're saying here's a Republican voter who you ask, why are you thinking about voting for Trump? Oh, because he's building the wall. Then you said, if he doesn't build the wall, well, I would never vote for a Democrat. Well, do you care if the wall never gets built? No, I don't care. I'm going to vote for him anyways. Well, that doesn't sound like a reasonable voter to me, though.
That's right. He's not a reasonable voter.
Well, the reasonable voters to me was also, if you were to ask the average person who voted for Biden,
sure,
they didn't vote for Biden.
Okay.
They voted against Trump.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
I'd have to look at exit polls. Is that true?
So is that where you go to?
Something like
that. For
that.
a guy who, if this is your space,
yeah.
What's your podcast about?
What is it about?
What's your show about?
News and politics.
Are you telling me that there's actual adults that listen to this little pipsqueak of a man, so-called man, a sad excuse for a man, his podcast for news and politics? Gosh, these people should be deported. Like this video if you agree.
You should know this stuff. You're the expert. I brought you here.
I don't remember that offhand. Let's find it right now.
But this is your world. Like, if you ask me questions on business, I'm going to say, let me give you my feedback on what I think about business.
Yeah.
You invite me on your podcast, and hey, Pat, I want to talk about business.
Let's do that.
I have no problem with it to do that part. But what I'm saying to you is, if you're coming here saying what you're saying,
sure,
and then I ask you a simple question of, so the same thing can be said about people that voted for Biden. Yeah, I'm going to vote for anybody. Dude, nobody would show up when Biden would speak. Did you not see his tour when he was going campaigning?
Patrick, you're not really doing this, are you? You're doing this?
I'm actually curious where you're going to go now.
Biden wasn't...
The gaslighting tone. You hear it? Do you hear it?
Even doing events where... this is the Biden one from the basement thing.
Yeah.
I have a counter to this entire... And I want to just be really clear. I don't really care about defending Biden in any particular sense. I just think he was the better option than Trump. I feel like I'm being...
Wait. Oh, did you? You thought that he was the better option than Trump? So you didn't love his policies and you voted for him because he was the better option than Trump? Entire argument just crumbles right there. He says the quiet part out loud. Unfortunately, though, he's too stupid to realize what he just said. And I'm not even smart. Hey, I'm just your average woman, an orange one at that. And even I could figure that one out.
Framed as this Biden lover who's going to defend everything Biden
I'm not
did.
doing that. You may be thinking I'm not doing that to you. What I'm asking...
What I want to say about this is...
Can you pull up Biden's rallies when he was running for president? Go ahead. Let's see the pictures, but go ahead.
Biden didn't do a campaign the way Trump did it. And the funniest thing to me about
Neither has anybody done it like the way Biden's done it. He hid.
but hold the guys.
This was during COVID, though.
Yes. let's back up for a second.
Look how beautiful that is.
Well,
These are
because
COVID
it's
rallies.
COVID.
Oh, stop it.
Patrick,
You gotta be
can I
kidding
tell
me.
you
That-
something?
Pat, though.
This is really the.
You're
the height
telling
of
me
COVID.
you're
You
okay,
seem silly
so
when you do
here's
this.
here's what I'm willing to do. Here's what I'm willing to do.
Please.
I'm willing to give him
Yeah.
$1 million of my own money right now to go try to fill up an arena.
For what? What's the point?
Oh no.
To show that nobody is inspired by this guy.
This is so
not
silly.
No,
No,
but
what's
serious,
silly is for you to assume people voted for Biden. They voted against Trump, is what they did.
Many did. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
but no, what you just said.
I said I don't
5
know what the
minutes- yeah,
percentage is.
but
All I'm
that's-
saying is I don't
But
know
it's
the
your
percentage.
world, though. This is like if you're gonna sit here and
No one's asking you, buddy, what the percentage is. Come on.
sell, talk about how bad the Trump voter is, and let me tell you, these people, all they care about is his personality for it, outside of the taxes and all this other stuff. And then I ask you a question, I say, so why did people vote for Biden? Many of them voted him because they just didn't want Trump. Yeah, I don't know the numbers on that. You should know those numbers.
What? I just don't know that offhand. I mean, we can look it up. Why do I need to memorize?
Can I
that?
make a quick point?
Can I just get? There's just one thing I want to say here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This entire Biden hid stuff. It's such a
Hid or hit?
hid
Okay,
in his
yeah.
basement.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about the
He
pictures
did
got-
though. He hit a lot of times, but
Can I get a statement out? Okay. If I were on the right, I would stop saying that because it's embarrassing to Trump that he lost to a guy who hid in his
actually not.
basement.
It's not.
That's the crazy
dude,
thing.
your
I would stop
president, your
talking
guy,
about that.
Joe Biden, is the greatest hide and go seek champion of all time. That's
Wait,
who
hold
he
on a
is.
sec. When is he not? He's not your president.
He's my president.
Oh,
but
okay.
but
He's our president.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you see how he's like pinpointing and like focusing in on points that don't matter? Oh, he's not your president? Are you a crazy QAnoner that says that Biden's not your president? That's not what we're talking about here. Stop arguing about semantics and let's argue about your stupid points. Gosh, these liberals, man, these liberals, I used to, I got into politics, hating libs always from the beginning, but I ventured out into like criticizing feminists and the hoes and whatever. And then I'm reminded here, like, who is worse? The slutty OnlyFans girl who is a feminist and, and if she's fat, oh gosh, God help her. Anyways, who's worse, her or like this beta cuck simp weird guy? And I don't even know anything about him. I don't know if he's necessarily a simp or a cuck, but something tells me he's at least gay. I don't know. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you laughed along with me, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Adios.